Well, good morning, everybody. Please feel free. Start eating. I'm happy to welcome you all to the breakfast meeting that is organized together with EIF. My name is Marina Kaljurand. I'm a newly elected member of European Parliament, but digital topics and cyber have been close to my heart for more than 10 years. It started in 2007 when I was Estonian ambassador to Russia and my country fell under cyber attacks. When I was Estonian ambassador to Washington, D.C., it was Snowden revelations. And then I understood that cyber and digital will follow me. Since then, I've served twice in the UNGG, Group of Governmental Experts on Cybersecurity. I chaired the Global Commission on Stability of Cyberspace. And last year, I was honored and privileged to be on the high-level panel of UN Secretary General on Digital Cooperation, which was chaired by Melinda Gates and Jack Ma. So, digital and cyber are among the topics that are close to my heart and I really do care about, and I'm committed to these topics during my service here in the European Parliament. I would like to welcome you all to today's IGF preparatory meeting. I would like welcome my dear colleagues from the European Parliament, Alexandra Geese, Julie Ward, and Lina. A special welcome also goes to our speakers, and I will introduce them in due course. So, the overreaching motto of this year's IGF is One World, One Net, One Vision. It's going to be hosted by the German Federal Ministry of Economic Affairs and Energy in Berlin, and it will take place from 25th to 29th of November. And as we were discussing before the breakfast, extremely unhappy week for members of the European Parliament because we have to go to Strasbourg to vote the Commission. German Parliament has its own internal affairs, but nevertheless, it's an important thing, and I'm really happy that we have today time to informally discuss what to expect from the meeting in Berlin. We're looking forward to the 14th edition of the IGF, and I hope that we can expect some surprising elements. With the high-level leaders track on day zero, the host revitalizes the ministerial meeting of the early days of the IGF, but in a more open manner, including all stakeholders. As of today, an impressive number of ministers and CEOs from across the world have confirmed their participation. We are also expecting around 80 members of national parliaments from across the world to attend. While some special sessions will be organized for parliamentarians, the main objective remains to get legislators involved in the IGF overall program in order to overcome the gap between the discussions and the decision-making level. And needless to say, as a former Estonian foreign minister, I know it very well, how ministers are not very eager, at least were not very eager to go to the IGF meetings. And it's very positive to see that the trend has changed. So it's becoming more and more important for politicians, legislature, but also members of government. The program was shaped in a more compact way around three focus areas: data governance, digital inclusion, security, safety, stability, and resilience. But we also see reference to the Paris Peace Forum and the report, The Age of Digital Independence, or the high-level panel on the digital cooperation. And to my knowledge, UN Secretary General will also be at the meeting. Assistant Secretary General of the United Nations will be at the meeting. And not opening much of the substance of the report, which is available online. One of the ideas that we're discussing at the moment is how to make IGF into IGF Plus, And I'm sure that Secretary General will also introduce some ideas on the 75th anniversary of the United Nations that we're going to celebrate next year in New York in 2020. And he will introduce the both initiatives, global commitment for digital cooperation that most probably will be proposed, and the global commitment on digital trust and security. Both of them are among the recommendations of the high-level panel. I hope that today's meeting will provide a timely opportunity to learn, exchange views, have a nice breakfast. And as we have an hour and a bit more than an hour, I'll introduce the speakers. I also invite the speakers to be brief in order to have enough time for question and answers. And our speakers today are Pearse O'Donoghue, Director for the Future Networks Directorate, DG Connect, from the European Commission. Then we have Lina Muñoz, my dear colleague from the European Parliament, who is the head of our delegation at this IGF meeting in Berlin. We have Sandra Hoferichter, Secretary General of EuroDIG, I would also say my old colleague and friend from EuroDIG days. And we have Florian Pennings, EU Cybersecurity Policy Manager from Microsoft. So, with that introduction, I'd like to invite Mr. Pearse O'Donoghue to make his remarks.